So I'd had a listen through your latest EP, and you've got such a variety of genres with the funk and synth and a bit of orchestral and a bit of rock. How would you describe your music?
Yeah, it's a good question. I like listening to a lot of music that blends different genres and ideas and doesn't necessarily fit in one box. I found myself gravitating to listening to more music like that. And it's freeing as an artist to not be stuck, writing the same style all the time. Like I really like the challenge of trying different things and working with different musicians and different artists that yeah, like I don't like being kind of in like just the rock genre. Like I like
The
getting
pop.
outside of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, because I came from that background, but it's been really cool to do something different outside of rock and yeah, expand my horizons with learning electronic production and orchestral arrangement and that sort of thing too, which has been really cool.
Awesome. So how did you get into music from the start? Because your whole life is immersed in music. Has it always been that way?
Yeah, yes and no. When I grew up as a little kid, I listened to some great music. Dad had some really good albums, and yeah, Sting and Tommy Emmanuel and Keith Urban and
Yeah.
Whiteheart, and I could keep going. There's Phil Collins. There's so many good albums that I grew up listening to, but then sort of through primary school, sort of fell out of love with music. Had a music teacher that didn't really connect the
There's
dots
always one,
between.
is there?
Yeah,
Ron's
yeah, that's it. It was very much like music in school was had nothing to do with anything we were listening that I enjoyed listening to, and therefore I didn't really see much relevance at all. So yeah, in primary school, I did a year of guitar lessons. Also had a teacher that I don't know, it just didn't connect with me a lot, and then was more interested in sport and that sort of thing as a kid, and then wasn't until I was in early high school and my uncle was playing some guitar one day and we were at his place, and I was like, oh, that's actually great music. Like that reminds me of the stuff that I listened to as a young kid. And Dad was kind of like, oh well, if you want to pick up lessons again, you can if you really like what he's doing. And I said, okay, as long as it's an electric guitar. And so yeah, I did that for a little bit, and was really lucky to have some great guitar teachers along the way that really helped, broaden my horizons and learn skills, but also relate it to what I enjoyed listening to.
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so that's sort of like how I got started on guitar. My view of music was pretty narrow at that point in time. It was like if it didn't have guitar in it, it didn't really count. So but that's very much changed in the last 10, 15 years. Slowly over time, I found myself listening to artists that incorporated electronic elements and synthesizers and that kind of led to orchestral music as well. And so it was a slow process, but yeah, I very much appreciate lots of different styles, and I'm still very picky with the artists that I like listening to. But yeah, my horizons in terms of genres and styles has definitely definitely broadened since then. And then I went on and studied music after school, and teaching as well. So I'm a music teacher. And then yeah, like I said, when I'm not teaching in the classroom, then I'm out playing or writing.